Okay, so some of y'all might be too young to remember this TV show, but y'all about to learn something new today, so. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Kiya Boy. Welcome back to my channel. Nice to see you all again. Hi. Okay, so I know this is kind of different from my usual content, but on this channel, we don't have limitations. So I'm gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about whenever I want to talk about it, okay? So I want to talk about why Teen Titans was the greatest cartoon series of all time. Now, I know some of y'all might disagree with me, but I'm gonna tell y'all why. And before I get into why it was the greatest cartoon series of all time, let me start with Teen Titans deserved better. It deserved so much better. I'm very annoyed even talking about this. I started to rewatch the series because I loved it so much. Like even seeing like little cartoon drawings of it or randomly coming across it on YouTube just makes me really emotional because that was the show of my childhood. I loved it so much. Everything about that show was just amazing. It had character depth, it had character development, it just had serious issues, topics that it was talking about, and I loved it. It was perfect for a child to watch. Well, I won't say every child, but it was perfect for me to watch because I learned a lot of good life lessons in there and it was so inspiring. Also, I gotta mention my first crush was Robin. That's really weird for me to say that, to publicly admit that one of my first crushes was like a cartoon. Of course, I had crushes before then, but that was like the ultimate crush for me. Like everything about Robin was amazing. I was like, I still kind of crushing on him. I know it's a cartoon, but like, I don't know. I just feel like if I was to ever be with a cartoon, it would be a Robin 100%. A cartoon making me blush right now. Like that's weird, but it is what it is. So we know that Teen Titans wasn't an anime show, yes, but it was like anime inspired, which I understand why people say like it's not anime because it was produced by Americans and made by Americans and stuff like that, but just like the cartoon itself, like the graphics and certain scenes from the show, like it was just drawn to be like an anime-like series, and it was actually pretty awesome. For the longest, I thought it was an anime when I was younger. I didn't know like necessarily the difference, but now that I'm older, you know, obviously I know the difference. But if we talk about my favorite animes, it'd definitely be like Death Note or Pokemon. Pokemon was pretty good, but Death Note would be like #1 for me, or Full Metal Alchemist. That one was really good. What was it? The Brotherhood one? I can't remember. I think it was Brotherhood. So yeah, those are my favorite animes, just for those who want to know, because yes, I used to watch anime and partake in some anime watching, but I don't anymore. I'm way too busy to be just like watching TV. I can't get into like a whole new show because I need to be able to multitask and do what I need to do on top of trying to listen to the show. So I like to have like something playing in the background. So it's Teen Titans for me. And the reason why this show deserved better is because the show had 5 seasons. It went for like a short run. I think it was 2003 until 2006. And this was a very short run for this show when it deserved to be longer. It was like the writers had something planned out for season 6. They didn't get a chance to actually put it into action. So the show started off with like really good plot lines, really interesting characters, different things like that. And it was perfect. I loved it. And even with like the first season, you get like introduced to the characters. So let's start with like Starfire, which is like my favorite. I wanted to be her for this Halloween like cosplay, but whew, Halloween costumes expensive. Okay, they're really expensive. So I don't know, I'm thinking about it. I might not, just depends on how the weather is. But then again, it's Halloween, so who really cares about the weather? You just dress however you want. But I loved Starfire. Starfire is an alien from Tamaran, and she is just everything that I wanted to be when I was younger. Like, I swear to God, I thought I was Starfire. Like, could nobody tell me nothing. I'm just like, I gotta dye my hair red. I gotta wear only purple clothes. My favorite color used to be purple because of Starfire, and I just gotta be her. That was it. And I said, if she getting Robin, I'm obviously doing something wrong, so I gotta be Starfire. Starfire was a pretty good representation of like female empowerment for me. I really liked her. I liked how strong she was. She could shoot like star bolts out her freaking eyes and like do the little star bolt like thingy. It was really good. And Starfire was also Robin's love interest, which was really cute. I stand it. I shipped it a long time ago, but I was also like super jealous because I'm just like, why not me? Why not me, God? Why? I love Starfire, as you can tell. Moving on to Beast Boy. Beast Boy used to be in this crime fighting group called Doom Patrol. So Beast Boy is just like, he can change into any animal that he wants to. And it's pretty cool because, you know, I would have never thought that would be a useful superpower, but it's pretty useful, I guess. So Beast Boy is strong whenever he decides he want to be like a dinosaur, some ape or something. And he has a love interest in the show at a later point, but at the same time, the way they did Beast Boy was so dirty. They did him so wrong. Like, I'll never forgive the Teen Titan writers for that BS. They did him dirty. I don't like that. But again, that probably has something to do with the fact that they cut the show off so early. And apparently the reason for that was ratings were a little lower, maybe a lot lower, but ratings were lower and it wasn't appealing to the audience that they wanted it to appeal to. Apparently there was like something said about it, you know, being more popular amongst like younger girls and stuff like that. And that wasn't their target audience, so they were just like cut the ropes. Also, they were in negotiations for like a newer season, season 6, and they couldn't figure it out and they couldn't agree on stuff, so blah, 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 blah. So I'm mad at every party involved in that because they helped with the demise of the Teen Titans, and I'm really pissed off about that, but we'll get into that. And then we have Cyborg. Cyborg. Now see, what I like about that in the Teen Titans is that they didn't go too much into detail about Cyborg and his life. Like, they didn't really get into depth on like his backstory and things like that. You just know like certain things where an accident happened and like now he half cyborg, half human. And I just really wish that they would have expanded more on Cyborg's story. I feel like everybody got like their own little character arc in the Teen Titans series, but they didn't go too much into depth with Cyborg, and I feel like he got the short end of the stick. And can we say like he half black? Cause he's like half robot, half black. Okay, I'm sorry, Cyborg. But I really feel like they did Cyborg dirty, and I'm not like, I don't appreciate that. Cartoon Network, y'all was wrong for that. Y'all was really wrong for that. Shoot, even as a half black man, still get the short end of the stick. Just don't make no sense. But Cyborg could do like cyborgy stuff. He could do a lot with machinery, and I'm guessing that he was obviously really like tech savvy because, you know, he's half machine, so he could do technological stuff. And he was like really good at fighting and strong. He could shoot like some like blue little laser thing out his arm that like transformed from like an arm to like a blue laser thingy, like a gun. So that was his superpower. And Cyborg was really cool to me back then because I'm like, oh, a black character in the midst of like all these different characters. To me, the Teen Titans are just like a team of misfits, but I love it because something about them, every single one of them is special in their own way, you know? And then we have Raven, which is one of my other favorite characters. I loved Raven. Raven is so cool. She's like this dark, mysterious, kind of emo-ish type of superhero. So Raven is the daughter of Trigon, which is like some evil demon. Basically, you can equate that to like Satan, like if we talk about like real world and stuff. So she was the daughter of Trigon, and she had a destiny, which was to destroy the entire world. Really dark, but I don't know, it just made stuff so interesting. Like, I'm glad that that was kind of added into the show, like the whole Raven's arc, like how dark it was. I like that about the show too, because it gave like some really dark themes. Like Teen Titans wasn't for the lighthearted. It was a very good show that taught really good lessons, and it was really serious, but it also got into like some really dark stuff. And I like that side of it. Like, it really just like reality hit me really fast as a kid. Teen Titans helped that one. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Raven's power is more so like with her meditation, and she has like superpowers where she's just like Azarath, Metrion, and then like, you know, black little stuff shoot out of her, or she just like a black mass, or it's really hard to describe her powers, but she could like do a lot with her being the offspring of a demon. Yeah, Raven is pretty much the cynical one of the group. I don't know, something between her and Beast Boy kind of looked like it was going on. I don't know, that's just the impression that the show gave off to me. Maybe they would have explored it later down the line. We'll never know because they did Teen Titans wrong. You, Cartoon Network. I'm mad. I'm real mad at them. And last but not least, certainly not least, we have Boy Wonder Robin. Robin is the sidekick of Batman, if you guys don't know, obviously. And then apparently he goes off and decides, I want to do my own thing. So he and the Teen Titans form, and he don't really have a superpower. He don't have no superpowers. Like, he's smart, he's very cunning, very sly. He is great at strategies and different things like that. But his power is more so keeping the team together. He's a leader, and he just got like all these freaking weapons, and he wears a mask all the time. That's what makes him so cool, because he's so mysterious. Robin's backstory is pretty much already assumed because of Batman. You don't really get too deep into Robin's story, but you know what Robin is about. That's it. You know what he came to do. You know why he there. Robin all day. Team Robin. And like I said before, he was the love interest of Starfire. So they both had like some little thing going on, something like that. And Robin is just an all-around badass. And he leads the Teen Titans to many, many victories, and is even a little bit of a control freak in his own way because he likes things to be a certain way. He likes everybody to follow what he says, and he also does not stop until things get solved, like when it's like crime related. So tiny bit of like some narcissistic personality traits. Not exactly sure, but I love Robin, so I'm just gonna not go too deep into that. But the reason I say that the Teen Titans deserved better is because, you know, I just talked about how they ended at season 5, which was some malarkey. Did not appreciate that at all. Season 5 was probably one of the weakest weakest seasons, ratings wise is what I heard. But to be honest, season 5 was really good to me. Although in the beginning it was kind of annoying because that's when they were supposed to go fight the Brotherhood of Evil. And it was just like a bunch of like different character arcs, like different character story arcs. And I wasn't trying to like, no, focus on my main 5. Focus on them. That's the only ones we really care about. Like some of these stories were really interesting, but I just, they could have did better. So the last episode was called Things Change. Garbage. The worst episode I've ever seen from a Teen Titans. It made me bawl my eyes out. Like I was just literally just watching it only a few days ago and I had the worst reaction to it because it was just like, I didn't know as a kid that that would be the very last episode of the Teen Titans, like that series. So to me, I'm thinking that it's just gonna be continued. So I didn't really have as much emotion. Like I was sad, but I'm like, maybe they'll continue this. Never picked up after that. They made a movie, which was Teen Titans, like they were in Tokyo. And no, like the only stories that were pretty much tied up for me was Robin and Starfire's, like their romance, but nothing really was solved to me. Everybody's story had some loose ends and I just wasn't really appreciating it. Although I feel like when it came to like Starfire's story, hers was pretty much donezo after the whole like almost getting married fiasco and all those little episodes where she was like super jealous, whatever, like something would happen with Robin. Like I really didn't care to see like some kind of resolution in her story because I felt like it was pretty much resolved. Her sister was always trying to whoop her ass and that just really got like tiresome. I was just like over it. Robin's kind of got solved in a way. Like the episode where Slade came back after dying and was helping Trigon take over the world, Trigon, Raven's father. So I feel like his story was kind of resolved in that because him and Slade were working together, which was actually really freaking cool. Like I was screaming because I was so excited. I didn't realize how exciting that was as a child, but as I'm older now, I'm just like, that was the freaking, like that episode killed it. Like that was, woo, that was so cool to me because they was just like exactly like, oh my god. Slade was like the perfect bad guy. Every other bad guy that they faced was never nearly as cunning and as smart and as like skilled as Slade was. So Slade was my favorite bad guy because he was just like, I'm like, this gotta be Robin Daddy or something. He was way too slick with it. I like even the episode where he had Robin as his apprentice was like super interesting. Like I was on the edge of my seat because I was just like, Robin really gonna betray Starfire and the rest of them like that? He gonna do that? So I was a little mad at Robin for a little bit until I, you know, was a little mad, but it is what it is. Cyborg's character, like I mentioned in the beginning, it just really didn't have no like type of development. Like, yeah, we got the fact that he was more so comfortable in his own skin, like accepting himself for who he was, and he was kind of trying to find his place in life, not just like as somebody who wanted to be the leader, because it felt like Cyborg wanted to have some type of leadership role. I don't know, they just did not end his stuff on a good note for me. I didn't like it. It was just too depressing. It was really, really sad. It was just like, it wasn't enough. And then Raven's story, her story arc pretty much ended when Trigon like got defeated. That was the end of it for me. I didn't need to hear anything else about Raven and her story arc because it was done. Loose ends were tied for her and Robin and Starfire as far as that goes for me. But Beast Boy and Cyborg got the short end of the freaking sticks. Beast Boy ain't gonna never find love, and that's the messed up part, and I hate it, and I'm really still mad at Cartoon Network for that. The writers really irritate me for that. Beast Boy was the most disappointing of all because he had a lot of character development. Like he just grew a lot more. I remember the episodes where he just got tired of being pushed around and then he kind of went crazy for a little bit there because he was under the influence of some chemical toxin or something like that. But as far as it goes, Beast Boy had a lot of character development because he just went from like this goofy, super like playful type of superhero to like somebody who was a little bit more serious when it came to certain things, and he just like overall got his act together to me. And when they threw Terra, hold up, that was a little curveball they had. When they threw Terra in the mix, first of all, I loved Terra. I have vowed since I was a child and I first saw like Terra to name my daughter after her. If I decided to have a child, her name would be Terra. I even named Patrick Terra at first because I love that name so much, but it didn't really fit Patrick because he's a little slow. So then that's why I was like, he's not a Terra, he a Patrick. And then I figured out he was a boy. So that's why I was like, you know what? He's a Patrick. So that was like really interesting. Like I swear, anytime I get a pet, I'm always trying to name them Terra because I love that name so much. And I just love Terra's character, you know, besides the like evil and kind of backstabbing her friends part. But I really liked the relationship that they had with Terra and Beast Boy. That was honestly just like the cutest thing ever. To be honest, that was my favorite relationship in the show. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I was really rooting for Beast Boy to win. I really was. Like, I wanted them to be together so bad, but it just did not happen. So yeah, the last season they fought the Brotherhood of Evil and they won obviously because Teen Titans, come on now, can't make them lose. And that's when we got to meet all the other superheroes of the Teen Titans. Like, we got to meet all the other superheroes that were included into their stories and things like that. And it was really interesting. That was one of my favorite episodes because it felt like some like cartoon Avengers kind of thing. Like, it was really good. Like, I really loved it. And then that's when the Things Change episode came, which was the last episode, and that was the one where Beast Boy saw Tara, met her for the first time again ever since she was technically dead, and she was like a rock turned into like stone, and they couldn't find a way to like break the stone or bring her back to life and all this other stuff. So they just pretty much gave up hope. But my theory is when the whole end of the world thing happened, when Trigon like took over the earth and turned people into stone, I feel like once he got defeated, she was kind of released from that as well. Like, I don't know, that's just my theory on it. I was thinking about that. That could be a real possibility, but we'll never know because they never freaking expanded on it. So in this episode, they had Tara kind of like just back from out of nowhere, and Beast Boy saw her while he was fighting a villain and happened to spot her and was like telling the Teen Titans like, I saw Tara, and they was just pretty much like, no, I don't think it's possible type stuff. And they didn't really believe him, you know? And they never saw her throughout the entire episode, which was like really annoying to me. I didn't like that, but it is what it is. So he was trying to get her to remember that she's Tara because she had forgot or doesn't know, or who knows. She's just like, I'm not this girl that you think I am. You got the wrong person. And she trying to convince him that they don't know each other. And he trying to convince her like, bro, we got history. And she ain't having it. So at the end of the episode, it just ends in a very depressing, disturbing way because Tara's just like I hope you basically like find with the girl that you look for because it's not me. She disappears into like the crowd of people at her school, and that's the last that you see of her for the episode. Beast Boy kind of like walks away and he's telling the Titans that he's gonna come back and go help them. Worst ending ever. So unsatisfying. The worst freaking ending ever. I hated it. Oh, I get mad thinking about it. I cried like seriously a few days ago. I was bawling because of how like messed up the episode was to me. It just was like, he's just never gonna be happy. He's just never gonna get that resolution that we're waiting for. I didn't rewatch the movie, but I remember I didn't really care for the movie. I really didn't, because I was like, it still didn't answer none of the questions that I had. I was happy for a Starfire and Robin kiss. That's what I wanted, but that was about it for the movie. That it didn't do nothing. So years later, many years later, we think that Teen Titans are gonna be rebooted, right? Wrong. Joke's on us. They make a new show instead called Teen Titans Go. Apparently it's supposed to appeal to this generation, which I understand, like, you know, this generation a little different. And they don't want to do serious little stuff like that no more. They want to do something lighthearted, and it's supposed to be like fun, and it's supposed to be for kids that are like super young. So the show has been a hit for a lot of people, but not for me. I don't really care for it. I have continued to watch it because I'm just like, maybe they'll just change up the characters a little bit and make it more appeasable to my audience. Of course not, they're not gonna do that. So I don't know why I keep hoping for something that's never gonna happen. But this show has the exact same characters, same voice actors, everything. It's just in like a weirdly drawn cartoon form. Like, it's so different. The characters are all like stupid, goofy, make fart jokes. It's just like nothing serious. It's just literally what cartoons are technically supposed to be like, but it's just like, I hate it. Everything about it, I hate it so much. And I feel like instead of putting out this trash, they could have really made something happen with the loose ends from Teen Titans. Heck, they could at least release one more movie just like tying it all up. I don't know. And I feel like with them just like putting Teen Titans on the back burner like that and like never returning to it and making a new show out of it is very insulting to the Teen Titan fans, the original OG fan base. And for people that say they like Teen Titans Go, I ain't got nothing to say to you. You don't got no taste in like television. You don't have taste in cartoons. Please don't. And the last thing I want to say about this whole topic is that in order to watch the Teen Titans anywhere, you have to order the DVDs or watch it on some, I don't know, some cable providers like streaming service or something like that. You can't find it nowhere. I tried to look for it. I tried. Netflix, Hulu, all these different places. It's nowhere. It's like it don't even exist anymore. They took it off of everything, okay? They took it off of everything. You have to own a DVD. So yeah, I watched it on a website where there's like a lot of pop-up ads, and probably those websites you're not supposed to be watching and stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. So yeah, that's how I ended up watching the reruns of the Teen Titans for me, and they deserved better. I will never stop saying that they deserved so much better. Last thing I want to say is that there were so many unanswered questions, not just for the characters, but even for like the villains. Like, there were just so many unanswered questions. I can't fathom why they didn't go into depth with a lot of these different things. But again, it was canceled, and then we had this new show, Teen Titans Garbage. Oh, sorry, Teen Titans Go. Not bad, I messed up. So yes, I don't think us Teen Titan fans will ever be completely satisfied unless there happens to be some kind of like new Teen Titans movie or some new series with the original Teen Titans as they were exactly. Like, I just don't think we're gonna be satisfied. Unless, you know, like read the comics or you watch the newer versions of the Teen Titans, but I don't care. I was an avid Teen Titans watcher, and just so many funny unanswered questions. They literally could have ended it on the like episode with the Brotherhood when they fought the Brotherhood of Evil. That's where they should have ended it, but they didn't. They gave us Things Change, and they gave us a movie and Teen Titans garbage, and oops, said again. So that's what we're left with. But I loved Teen Titans, and I hope y'all loved it just about as much as I did. But I just want y'all to know that I'm still hurt years later. I'm very, very hurt about that. And of course, because I'm older, maybe I just think like the new cartoons of everything just don't make sense, or they're not good enough. But there was something special about that show, something real special. We learned a lot of lessons, and you know, just overall, the show was just happy, sad, real, had a lot of realism in there. So yeah, even mentioning the episode about when like the racism thing was experienced with Starfire, that was really eye-opening. I mean, of course they had Cyborg say, of course, I know exactly what you feel, pause, I'm half robot. That's not what I was expecting, but Teen Titans knew how to make you think like that about them. So that's just pretty much it for my little rant on why Teen Titans deserved better. They still do. Y'all still got time to turn it around. You know, you still do. Even with the little comical thing they did with adding like the real Teen Titans to Teen Titans Go, like kind of showing them themselves of how they used to be. Like that was pretty decent, pretty cool. But hopefully in the future we'll get the resolution that we so desperately deserve. Thanks guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for sitting here through my rant of Teen Titans, how great this show was, and why I feel like a part of me is missing. Thanks for listening for that. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment down below, tell me your thoughts if you watch Teen Titans. If you're a fan, please have that conversation with me in the comments. I wouldn't even mind you going into episodes because I just really love to talk about this. This is my show. I love it, I love it, I love it, and I wish more people talked about this in general. And if you want me to make more videos like this, please don't forget to comment that below, because to be honest, there's like so many videos of like nostalgia and stuff like that I could be making as well, where I'm just kind of going into depth about shows and kind of reviewing them. But I don't, because I feel like y'all gonna get sick of me because I'm very passionate about the stuff that I watch, and y'all gonna get that energy from me and just be like, how you breathe. So just let me know if you want me to make more videos like this, and we'll see what I can do. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, please push that subscribe button right now. If you like this video, please push the subscribe button right now. Even if you're already subscribed, don't forget to push the bell for notifications for me so you can stay updated on when I'm going to upload my videos. I talk so fast, oh my god. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Instagram is the best way to keep up with me in my life. You can see sneak peeks of little things that I do, and you know, connect with me in my comments there, because I do see them and I read them. So thanks so much for following me on Instagram. You guys gotta get with me there, because YouTube is not my only social media. Instagram is the best. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook. I deleted my Twitter temporarily because it's just too much mess on there. I don't just got time for that. And that's pretty much it for my video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.